Good day everyone, this is Alvin again from the Philippines and welcome to my final prediction for Miss Grand International 2024. Welcome! So we are almost to the very end because tomorrow is the grand finals and we will be crowning the new Miss Grand International, and I'm super excited. We have witnessed these amazing women showcase their skills on the runway, showcase how they do when it comes to public speaking skills, and showcase everything that needed to be showcased to convince all of us in the organization that they deserve to be the next Miss Grand International. And tonight, I will be sharing to you my top 20 favorites, and I'm looking forward to know your thoughts about my list and my winner later. And as usual, aside from my ranking of my top 20 favorites, I will be naming my top 10 winners circle, which means regardless of the ranking that I have right now, you will be seeing this symbol beside their image later. And if you see them, that means they are in my winner circle, which means regardless of their ranking, I see them as a potential winner tomorrow. And of course, everything will be based on their performance tomorrow. So here's my top 20 and let's begin because this is going to be a very long discussion. Starting with my number 20, Nigeria. Roselyn Orji. I'm still standing by Nigeria as Africa's flag bearer, although I am also seeing Angola or Côte d'Ivoire as a potential spoiler for that one. However, based on my assessment, I see Nigeria as a much stronger candidate in terms of interview and a more consistent performer in other aspects of the competition. That's why I'm choosing her as my choice for Africa's flag bearer and my number 20. Number 19, Malaysia. Malaysia Lin. I would be very happy if Malaysia gets the chance to make it in the first cut. This woman has proven it in all rounds of preliminaries that she can deliver. Her performances are so well polished, her efforts are commendable, and a spot in the semifinals for her is going to be well earned. Number 18, Thailand. Malin Charaanan. I give all the credits to Thailand because she actually did very well during the preliminaries last night. I also think she's quite smart and funny during the preliminary interviews, so to me, she will surely make the cut, but there's so many stronger competitors competing against her that I think would have higher chances of advancing in the top 10, and that's why I'm putting her here at this spot. Number 17, Cuba. Lourdes Feliu. I'm still a firm believer that Cuba deserves to get a placement. She has been very consistent. Her preliminary interviews was one of the good ones, and she nailed it during the preliminaries last night, especially during the evening gown. She was one of my favorites. And if we just talk about consistency, then Cuba is one of the consistent candidates that we have, and that is the reason why she deserves a spot. Number 16, Puerto Rico. Marian G. Alicea. Puerto Rico gave decent performances in different aspects of the competition, especially in the preliminaries, and I love her a lot during the evening gown last night. She may not be in my top picks for that round, but I do love how she looked. I do love how she performed. I believe what she did was very solid. I hope her efforts to deliver solid performances won't be overlooked because this woman surely deserves to get a spot. Number 15, the United Kingdom. Amy Varanya-Berry. UK gave a spectacular preliminary performance. Her swimsuit was great, but she killed it during the evening gown. She also impressed me during the preliminary interviews, and with her breathtaking beauty and solid performances, I am actually quite confident that she has a chance of not only making the top 20, but potentially going as far as top 10. But of course, that would depend on her finale performance. Number 14, Guatemala. Cristina Gonzalo. Guatemala is one of the candidates whom I think could easily place in the top 5 with the right level of performance. Personally, after watching the preliminaries, I am still not convinced by her runway performance. I still think it is not enough to advance to the top 10. But remember me on this one. If Guatemala gives a spectacular runway performance in the finals, in the swimsuit, and survive the top 20 cut and advance to the top 10, I can assure you that there is a very huge chance that she could go easily into the top 10 and to the top 5. It will be a smooth sail for her because she is an incredibly good speaker. This is also the reason why I am giving her my winner's circle, my first winner's circle, simply because if she could be able to survive the top 20 cut, I can see her going into the top 10 and sailing easily to the top 5 and potentially win because she has the capabilities to do it. So Guatemala, number 14, and in my winner's circle because I can see her winning. Number 13, Brazil. Talita Hartman. Brazil is one of the stunning candidates that we have this year. I was in love with her evening gown preliminaries right before she opened the skirt up, but when she did, I didn't like it that much. Although, props to Brazil because performance-wise, she was excellent. She's an excellent performer on the runway. She's an excellent speaker, and I can see her advancing in the top 10, possibly, depending on her performance tomorrow. So that's something that we have to watch out for because she could cause some shuffle in the leaderboards. Number 12, Mexico. Tanya Estrada. Mexico really impressed me at last night's preliminaries, especially during the evening gown, which is the highlight of her entire performance. She really took her moment at that round. I also have to remind myself that she did very well during the preliminary interviews. However, Miss Grand International is very particular when it comes to runway skills, and in all honesty, Mexico still needs to polish her runway performances because there are still cases where there are balancing issues and some of her poses and gestures look impromptu. That sometimes it looked a little bit awkward. So if ever she'll work on that one, I would be able to, I believe we could be able to see some very good improvement in her performance. I am a huge fan of hers, and if she delivers tonight or tomorrow night, I would gladly love to see her in the top 10 or even in the top 5, which is also the reason why I have Mexico as my winner's circle candidate. She's in my top 10 winner's circle, which means I am also seeing her as a possible winner tomorrow. Number 11, Peru. Arlette Rogel. Let's give a huge round of applause to Peru because this woman fought so hard to defend the crown. I don't see a back-to-back, if you want me to be honest, but I can assure you that she will not go down at the finals without giving a bloody fight to defend the crown. Arlette is such an amazing performer. Her energy was infectious, and I am positive that she will do her best tomorrow night. And she's always been amazing, and I'm positive that it is going to be a hard battle tomorrow. Number 10, Colombia. Maria Angelica Valero. For someone like Colombia, who always makes sure that her performance are clean and solid, I don't think that she will settle for anything less than a top 10. I could even see Colombia going as far as top 5. She's one of the candidates to watch out for as well because she may replace some top favorites in the top spots. Number 9, Indonesia. Nova Liana. She has earned many votes from her fellow candidates to win, and I do see why. From the time she was crowned, we have witnessed her immense transformation, and all the hard work that she did pays off because of a very solid performance that she gave at the preliminaries. However, I think that she could solidify herself even more as a sure top 5 qualifier if she will be giving a performance in the finals that is much better than what she gave at the prelims. What she gave at the prelims is Indonesia sealing a sure spot in the top 20. Now, when she advanced to the top 20, I want for her to give us a finale performance that is top 5 worthy. And I wish her all the best. Number 8, France. Safieto Kabengele. I would surely be so happy if France will go all the way to the top 10 or even to the top 5. As what you can see, she is in my winner's circle as well. As what I have said, I believe that the organization loves her very much, and it's already apparent during the closed-door interview. Then at the prelims, she gave a winning performance at both rounds. Her evening gown was outrageously good, and her swimsuit performance, iconic. So I am giving France my winner's circle because I can also see her advancing to the top 5 and even winning tomorrow. Number 7, U.S. Virgin Islands. Samantha Keaton. I am immensely proud of U.S. Virgin Islands. She started as a dark horse and has evolved eventually into a performer and now a favorite for the crown. She is in my winner's circle too because deep in my heart, I believe that she is going to be an incredible winner. A surprise for others, but an incredible winner. Her prelim interview was insanely good, and her prelims last night was top-notch. Aside from that, she's got a beauty that deserves to be considered as one of the potential winners, and a beauty that could be timeless because of how stunning she is. I wouldn't be shocked if she will make it in the top 5 tomorrow, because actually as I was finalizing my list, I was even considering of putting her in my top 5, but I believe number 7 is good enough. But then again, let me repeat, I would be very happy if she goes all the way tomorrow. Number 6, Dominican Republic. Maria Felix. Dominican Republic has been consistently strong in the entire duration of the competition. She has proven herself as a worthy and strong competitor in all rounds of the competition. Honestly, this woman is one of the ladies that might penetrate the top 5 easily, especially with her runway skills, beauty, and speaking skills, as supported by what she did at the preliminary interviews. If we have seen her excel and dominate, I expect to see her do so much more in the finals, and that might actually help her land at a very good position. Now, let's go to my final 5. This is actually a very interesting top 5 because all of my top 5 are aiming for their first ever Golden Crown. My 4th runner-up goes to Curaçao. Akeisha Albert. Curaçao definitely deserved to go as far as top 5 with her skills in the runway and with her impeccable speaking skills. There's really no stopping her from going as far as top 5 or even winning the Golden Crown. She just needs to make sure to choose the right gown. What she wore at the prelims was great, but it wasn't a winning gown. So I hope she goes out tomorrow looking like a winner because she has all the skills, the capabilities to go easily and make it in each cut and each round until she goes very near or hold of the crown. She is a winning material, and that's also the reason why she is in my winner circle. My 3rd runner-up goes to Myanmar. Tae Soon Yin. I am certainly hoping for a back-to-back top 5 placement from Myanmar. She is a very young candidate, but she is full of energy, enthusiasm, and skills on the runway. I have already mentioned before that she speaks very, very well, and that makes her an even more competent representative. And with everything that we've seen from Myanmar, there's definitely a very high possibility that she'll make it in the top 5 or take home Myanmar's first Golden Crown. She is in my winner's circle, and if you've been following me for quite some time, especially in my commentaries, I know this is going to be an obvious choice. She is such an amazing woman, very likable, and she is a performer, and that's what we want. The 2nd runner-up goes to Spain. Susana Medina. Spain, the super beauty. But let me just start by saying that even if I have Spain in my top 5 and in my winner's circle, I wouldn't be surprised if she will be left out and won't make it in the top 5 tomorrow. So far, the performances that I've seen from hers were good, but it wasn't screaming top 5. The performances that she's giving is very safe. It's good, but safe. I am placing her here, putting my all trust and faith that she will give us a winning performance in the finals tomorrow. Aside from that, she is just too beautiful and too strong to ignore. So I really hope that everything changes tomorrow and we'll be able to see Spain in her most competitive version, because I'm putting everything here. I love her so much. I think she deserves the top 5 and she needs to give us a winning performance tomorrow. I would be super thrilled if the night ends tomorrow with her taking home the first crown for Spain and for Europe. My 1st runner-up is the Philippines. CJ Opiaza. Whether you like it or not, Philippines gave one hell of a performance every single time. And seeing CJ's journey in pageantry, I am really crossing my fingers that she would end the night with a very satisfying and acceptable result. She is an incredible woman. She always goes beyond what is expected, and she speaks quite well. I am placing her as one of my winner circle because I can really feel that after Samantha Bernardo, CJ is the strongest representative of the Philippines that could get super close to what Samantha has achieved or even going after the crown. And I can really see that as a huge possibility. And not just because I'm from the Philippines, but because CJ is a true and consistent performer. But my choice for Miss Grand International 2024 is India. Rachel Gupta. If I narrate everything why India deserves to win, we would reach hours and hours because there's so many things to say. But let me simplify this as much as possible. India is a super beauty. She's got an amazing career, a strong background in business, which is very important for the Miss Grand International organization. She speaks extremely well, and her performance at the prelims just solidified her as the best choice to win Miss Grand International. I felt like seeing India would be a win-win for both India and the organization, as it would help increase the popularity of the pageant among Indian fans. And aside from that, many of us personally are still heartbroken from Meenakshi's first runner-up finish in 2018. So seeing India win tomorrow would somehow heal many wounds for years. And I'm so happy that this is the kind of candidate that India has sent, because this is just a well-rounded candidate. And I'm so happy for everything that she had showed in the competition. She delivered, she performed like a winner, and I cannot imagine, this is an honest opinion, I actually cannot imagine any other placement for India tomorrow other than the winner. So you better give her the Miss Grand International crown. She is everything, period. So that's it. This is my final prediction for Miss Grand International 2024, and I would love to know your thoughts. What do you think about my top 20 finalists, and who are the ladies that you think deserves to be in the first cut or in the top 20 that isn't in my list? So don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.